Well, it definitely was a weird game for them, coming out and having arguably their best first quarter of the entire season, not giving up a single point for over 2 minutes, and having 3 steals before the Hornets had even 3 points, but then it all went downhill for them after that. After LaMelo Ball got hurt, played about 9 minutes, then turned an ankle, running back down the court and tripped on Jared Vanderbilt turning his ankle, the Lakers really eased up on the gas pedal after that and really didn't respect their opponent, and thus Charlotte clawed their way back into it, cutting their lead down to a 2-point lead during the fourth quarter and making it a really tight game. And if not for Anthony Davis in this one, they might have gotten beat or at the bare minimum given up that lead. I mean, the guy ended up having 40 points, 20 rebounds, 2 block shots, and not to mention having 21 points, 10 rebounds during the first quarter alone. I mean, all around great game for him, absolutely dominant around the rim, and Charlotte could do nothing to contain him. And without Anthony Davis in the court tonight, they did not look good, especially on defense. And apart from a brief Jared Vanderbilt stint during both the second quarter and fourth quarter, much like the Golden State game only ended up playing about 13 minutes, they were pretty awful on defense without Anthony Davis. But thankfully for them, Jared Vanderbilt did help in that time frame, especially during the fourth quarter. Right when that lead got cut down to about 2, Jared Vanderbilt kind of gave them a personal boost on defense, getting 2 steals within a couple of minutes, giving their team momentum back and really turning the game in their favor. And without him, they definitely would have given up that lead and made the game a lot more tight too. So shout out Jared Vanderbilt, might not look that good in the stat book, but you can evaluate the guy based off stats. Finished with 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, and yeah, that's pretty good, but obviously not great from a point standpoint, and you gotta watch the game to truly evaluate him. And it's really been shocking how good he's looked on defense this early. I mean, coming off a double foot surgery, we thought it would take him more time to come back, and even on defense, but the guy is right back to where he used to be, and I'd love to see it too. And with them once again being without Rui Hachimura, sitting out another game due to left calf soreness, and who knows, might have a brief stint on the injury list, they definitely do need more Jared Vanderbilt and more Dorian Finney-Smith too. For Dorian Finney-Smith, he got their second straight start, and that's where he should be within the rotation in my opinion. I definitely want to see it. Maybe this will give Redick some incentive to do it, and with how good Dorian Finney-Smith has looked in their starting lineup and primarily around Anthony Davis, those two on the court together has looked really good. Once again, they finished with a team high plus-minus rating, plus 16 for AD, and plus 13 for Dorian Finney-Smith, along with a plus 14 for Max Christie as well. That 3-man combination on defense has been elite, and definitely my favorite 3-man combination on defense to them too. Obviously Jared Vanderbilt, but he'll take some time to work his way back, but slowly but surely he will crawl his way back in there too. Apart from all that though, gotta mention one more time how the Lakers let this game get away from them. Never a good sign for them, and after LaMelo Ball got hurt again, I think they simply didn't respect the Hornets. They played a lot more sloppy offensively, ending up with 16 turnovers, and anytime they have about more than 12 or 13 of them, it does tend to be pretty bad for them offensively, and that happened again to them tonight. Without Anthony Davis, they would have been absolutely terrible offensively. I mean, the guy scored about 40% of their points, and without him, this game might have gotten ugly for them, especially if they didn't put their foot back on the gas pedal. Overall though, a win's a win nonetheless, and especially on the road for them too. Can't afford to underappreciate a road win, and especially with their road record, only being about 500 at best throughout the season, and they'll take it when they can get it. With that being said though, I'll let you hear from JJ Redick about it, what he thought about the game, and how they can improve upon this game going forward.
What did you make of AD's night?
He put in two days of work tonight. 21 and 11 in the first quarter, I think it was, and 21 and 12 the rest of the way. Just carried us all night. Felt like, we moved him around. He played with force. I thought his hands and touch and just the pursuit of the basketball on the offensive glass, all that stuff was just awesome tonight.
You had to use a bunch of groups that you haven't used just with guys out and Vanderbilt back. What's the difficulty of kind of having those guys find a rhythm and short notice?
Be honest with you. I said this to Bob when I was walking off the court. We played hard for 4 quarters. Now, it was not pretty, but we played hard for 4 quarters. I think for me, we made a lot of mental errors tonight. And look, I don't know if that's coming off Saturday and the long flight yesterday and getting acclimated to East Coast time, but it felt a little bit of brain fog, less so than just like guys not playing. Guys played hard tonight, and guys were connected tonight. We just had a lot of mental errors. We had 3 timeouts in the first half that we didn't run the correct play. You know, the Doe's pass with the clock running, we don't need to like get it out quickly after a made basket with 3 minutes to go and a lead. Like just stuff like that, you know. There's a lot of mental errors more so than just, you know, effort and talk and all that stuff. Our guys were great with that tonight.
You've mentioned before that you feel like AD is at his most dynamic when you guys are getting him on the move, getting positions where you can score off the move. How have you felt you guys have done that over, not just tonight, obviously, the big performance, but over the course of maybe like the past week or so?
Yeah, we've been good with it. You know, AD on the move in the pocket is really good. And, you know, Golden State gave us a huge pocket. Mark Williams started the game in a deep drop. But, you know, more so than just what we were running, it was how he was playing and getting down the court early, creating mismatches. When they did read the LeBron AD pick and roll, you know, it wasn't just, all right, I'm going to go down and LeBron's going to ISO and then I'm going to get that back on defense. It was, I have a mismatch. I can be on the offensive glass. And so I think just the force that he played with all night was fantastic.
JJ, what did you make of kind of the pace at which you guys played with in the third and fourth quarters, and how do you balance sort of like LeBron's ability to draw like these incredible mismatches versus kind of the way the ball popped early?
Yeah, I mean, that's typical of our team in the third quarter, so it's not. And then fourth quarter, we're an execution team. You know, I think missing Gabe tonight hurt. Just, you know, having a little bit more of a ball handler, mover type guy. You know, and that allows us to then move AR off the ball for some movement. We didn't, you know, I drew it up twice. Vando messed it up the first time, but we got to the ATO. We wanted to, and AR off ball, and he hit a floater there in the fourth quarter. So like, you know, there's just like a compounding effect to guys being out and guys not having played a ton of minutes together.
JJ, what did you make of Vando's second game and how he continues to progress and just acclimate?
He plays hard. He's a banshee. So. Excited to have him continue to build up his conditioning and tolerance level for minutes, and you know, he was a spark tonight. You know, the play where he got the steal, I believe it was 94-88. I had called the timeout after Okogie had gotten the and one, I think, to get it to 88, and it was a 91-88 game, and then we scored. But then we were having a lot of trouble scoring, and our defense was really good in that stretch. We got, I think it was 3 or 4 at least stops in a row, and then Vando gets that steal to put us up 8, and it was kind of like, oh, you know, that was huge. And you know, the offensive rebounds, creating second opportunities, getting fouled when he was crashing the glass. So he just does all the things we want him to do, and he was high level tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.